here with The Edge, and our topic today is, if you can envision it, you can make it happen. We are here at Iberico's Fine Wine, and if you want to come join us sometime.
The Women's Business Center. Your first step to success.
I am Yvonne Gonzalez, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of the brand spanking new Knapp Community Care Foundation.
I am Charo Mann, Executive Director for the Women's Business Center.
Hi, I am Giselle Mascarenhas-Villarreal, and I am a publicist with Indigo PR and also one of the sponsors of The Edge.
Hi, I'm Mariana Aguayo, and I'm the owner of Bliss Website and Graphic Design.
Hi, I'm Cheryl LaBerge. I'm the downtown manager with the city of Harlingen.
And I'm Sarah with Atlas.
That's it.
Today we're going to talk about the vision, what type of visions we have.
Yeah, if you can envision it, you can make it happen. The purpose of The Edge is we at the Women's Business Center, Charo is the director, and we are major supporters of helping women go for it. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit, if you have a vision of something you want to do, a business, a certain career, there isn't a reason why you shouldn't do it. You just gotta find a way to do it. And so what we're here to do is share our stories. And today, as we're talking about, making it happen, is if you can envision it, you can absolutely make it happen. So my first question is, I'm so glad you're here. I used to live in Harlingen many years ago, and I remember going through downtown Harlingen and going, this is so pretty, and it was like maybe 2 stores. Like there was nothing there. It was like 2, 3 little stores. Everything was kind of quiet and sad, but with a lot of potential. And then, what did you do? Like magic wand.
It's not. Well, for the first thing. Well, thank you, and you're so sweet to say that, but it's a team effort. I mean, that's the #1 thing, and I think that's an important message for everybody out there. Downtowns all over the country declined when malls came in, the new kinds of shopping environments, and so every community has gone through this. And, you can't just overnight change these things, but you need to develop partnerships with all kinds of business people, all kinds of resources like the Women's Business Center, Small Business Association, all kinds of folks to try to bring it back, to say, okay, what do we want this? Do we want this rundown, tired, sleepy area in the middle of our community where you can roll bowling balls down the street? That's not going to be good for anybody. You want a vibrant community. So you have to take steps. I don't know how much you want me to go on about this, because I could talk the whole hour. But we're very fortunate. We're affiliated with something called the Main Street Program with the National Trust for Historic Preservation and the Texas Historic Commission. And we work kind of on 4 different things. We work on design, the physical space, how it presents, which we all know is critically important. We work on partnerships with all kinds of organizations. We work on economic development, redevelopment, trying to recruit new businesses and new business people. And then also promotions, events, activities, and we partner with groups because I can't do them. There's not enough hours in the day.
Right. So
we work with a lot of different groups to make things happen, whether it's a car show, market days, art walk. So that's just a few things, but hopefully you guys have been to downtown Harlingen.
Yes. Wonderful restaurants, really great things happening.
But let me. I really think that it has something to do with your vision and a plan that you saw in your head that you then started building these partnerships, because I'm a part of the Main Street in Rio Grande City for many years. And it's progressing slowly. But I mean, we all have that same formula. We have the Main Street program that we get to lean on out of Austin and stuff like that. But how did you progress in this manner where it's a whole other place? Like what was that one thing that you did when you sat there and this is your job, like this is what you have to do? What do you remember?
I've been there almost 9 years now, and I have a very diverse background, which I think helps a lot in education, in tourism, economic development. You have to be willing to try things and maybe look at some other examples. I mean, to be honest, you know, I look at what are they doing in Chicago? What are they doing in Toronto? What are they doing in other places? Maybe we can make that work here. I'm not copying them, but I'm, you know, there's no.
No, why reinvent the wheel?
That's right.
And how does this work for our community? And the other thing is finding the passion. I think all of you can relate to that. We have about 87 different property owners and over 160 different businesses and organizations in downtown Harlingen. They are all different. And they have all different opinions and personalities, which is great. It doesn't make it easy, but we try to help people realize their dreams. And small businesses come and go. You know, it's a hard thing. It doesn't, I mean, you try to put them in touch with resources for marketing and business planning. Some of them will make it, some of them won't. But it's just, you never give up. You look at, I mean, we have a vision and a mission. We kind of hold those up there. You know, the vision, I guess I'd say, is a vibrant downtown, diverse businesses that are economically viable in renovated buildings, different periods, and things that attract visitors, attract residents to come, you know, down and enjoy their community. It's all about building the community that you want to live in. So focused on, you know that, right?
I mean, I hear you as you speak. I think it's passion. I think you also have to be able to transfer that passion to other people, because how do you build it? Not everybody has it, but I think you know, you can have a project, and not until you sell the project and they internalize it, that's when they develop that passion and they own it. You know, and so if they look at the community in general to be developed. I mean, we've worked together before. So, and another thing you say very important is also partnerships.
Building relationships. And I think at the end of the day, you build good relationships and you were able to do what you do because you follow through with what you say you're going to do, so people trust you. And that's a big thing. You know, sometimes we want to overpromise and then we don't deliver, and it's not our intention not to deliver, but we overpromise, and what happens is then people lose trust in you, and so that's building a relationship. Credibility is everything to be able to do what you did.
Well,
no doubt.
Being persistent. I mean, when I started, we had, you know, if you looked at some of the things, we had this building that had burned down that was sitting there. We went through 2 Jackson Street Jubilees with this burned out Hulk that we were hoping to save, but realistically, it wasn't going to happen. So we turned that into a green space, but. You can't do everything overnight. You have to sort of pick off things that you can, you know, bite off and make happen. And then to try, when you're trying to share a vision, sometimes to have visuals to say, it may look like this now, but this is what we're working towards. And we offer those design services to people. So, you know, we go back to someone that maybe doesn't have the money now to renovate their building, but you know, I don't give up easily. So it may take me 8 years to convince them that fixing up their building is going to make a difference, but they're finally going to do it because they're going to get tired of me. And that will get it done, you know. And so you just have to
it's so true.
On the goal.
Yeah.
That's right.
Question for you. Before you did this, what were you doing that made you say, this is what I want to do? I mean, before you took on this job.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about me, because I have a very unusual background. I'm not from the Valley. I'm sort of from all over. I'm mostly from the Washington, D.C. area. And so I have a background in museums. I worked at the Smithsonian for a while. I worked at the Library of Congress. I worked for universities. I'm very interested in community development. I'm very interested in history, education. You know, every place has its story, and for whatever reason, when I found myself in Harlingen and chose to move to Harlingen, it was fascinating to me that people didn't really know the history of the community, and they were not necessarily proud of the history. But even in Washington, D.C., you know, people don't get out. I mean, people take what's in their own backyard for granted. And there are some amazing stories throughout the Valley of accomplishment. I mean, how people, you know, carved these wonderful communities out of the wilderness And it's a story of survival, it's a story of reinvention, and there's great lessons. And so much of our culture has been passed down through oral tradition. I have a master's in folklore. I'm a folklorist by training. And getting people to share their story. Share the story.
And that's how you create those stakeholders, and that passion is shared. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's, and we have so many people doing amazing things, and so much of it is that they're just, trying to make it happen for their community, which is great.
That's amazing. It really is.